Okay. Next, I want to talk about how focus 2 interests, those your three-letter interest codes, how it interacts with the Myers-Briggs type inventory, okay? And let's see, next I want to show you, but before I do that, I want to take you, so I told you I was going to show you multiple websites to conduct your research. We're going to do that by going to, see, I'm going to do ONET. Okay, what I'm about to show you is one of my favorite career research websites. I use it multiple times a day. I use it every day. It's called Occupational Network Online, onetonline.org. Here you can just put in, you can put in an occupation. Let's put in teacher. Okay, let's put in a history teacher. Okay, this takes me to the mother of all summaries where I can see what the occupation does. I can see related job titles. So if I'm looking for jobs in this field, I can plug in these keywords. It tells me what tasks that I can do. These are all the tasks I'd be doing in this job, 26 of them. And then these little blue buttons here, you could click on any one of these blue buttons, click it, and you'll get a little box of related occupations that come up that are similar to that one task. You can also click one, there are two headings in this summary profile that have these blue boxes. The first one is tasks. The second one is detailed activities. So I can look at this job duties custom list and I say, let's say you can click on whatever you want to do. What all the things that you want to do and click go, and you'll see related occupations show up. This is for history teachers. These are similar. I want to draw your attention to this column called Job Zone. So job zones range from 2 to 5. Job Zone 2 is high school education. 3 is associate degree and certificates. 4 is a bachelor's degree and 5 is graduate school. But if you click right here, it will go in order from, if there's 2, it'll go in order from, like here, it's 3 to 5. So all of these careers take an associate degree, could take an associate degree or a certificate, okay? Then it starts bachelor's degrees and then graduate school. Look at all the little bright outlooks over here. Okay, this came up for me more than once. Business teacher came up for me on the my Holland codes. So do you see this is a bright outlook. There's going to be abundant jobs in the next decade This was updated this year. We're only in July, so that's pretty good. Okay, so here's the tasks you'd be doing in this career. Here's the technology you'd be using. Here are the work activities. There's 21 of the work activities. I'd be teaching, training others, getting information, working with computers, thinking creatively, coaching and developing others, establishing and maintaining relationships, identifying objects, providing consultation, all this. Okay, and then there's 27 more detailed work activities. I would be evaluating student work, developing instructional materials, guiding classroom instructions. Again, you can click on any of these that you want to see related occupations for. And there's that second blue box where I can click on the things that I want to do and the activities I like, and it'll give me related occupations. And here's that job zone. Okay. So to get back to the summary, you have to back out. Okay, here I am. I'm back at the summary. So, business teachers were surveyed and about work context, and this is what they said in this career. I would be responding to email every day. I do that anyway. Freedom to make decisions. 85% said a lot of freedom. Ooh, that's really positive for my preferences. Determined tasks. Indoors, public speaking, face to face, constant contact with others. 52%. Time pressure, 49% said once a month, but not every week. Impact of decisions on coworkers, moderate results. So that's really good to know. Not only what you're going to be doing, what kind of activities you're going to be involved in, but how important it is. And then you can relate it to your Holland codes and even more your Myers-Briggs. And that's what I'm gonna put together for you in next. Okay, so job zone. Remember I talked to you about job zone? This one is extensive preparation needed. So the training and education that I would need to get requires graduate school. That's a 5 job zone. For example, they may require a master's and some may require higher than that. I would need extensive skill, knowledge, and experience are needed, more than 5 years of experience. Some may need on-the-job training, but but really, nobody's going to train you for this. For this type of occupation, you need to have the knowledge and the ability to assume the position, and a graduate degree will get you that. Okay. Okay, just a moment. Okay. All right. So next, I've got somebody just called me, so I just said I'm in a thing right now. Okay, let's see. Skills. These are the skills you'd be displaying. I mean, these are the skills: speaking, instructing, active listening, learning strategies, reading comp, writing, all these complex problem solving, social perceptiveness. Okay, here's the knowledge you need for this career. It's a lot of them. It's English, education, administration, economics, math, computers, law, government, all these, psychology and administrative knowledge. This is the education. 73% say you need a doctoral degree to do this work, 20 said a master's, 20%. These are the abilities I need, 17 of them. Speech clarity, written comprehension, oral comprehension, deductive, inductive reasoning, near vision, mathematical reasoning, originality, and look at the interest. This career does match. Again, I've seen it. I saw it on the Focus too. I'm seeing it now. It matches 2 of my Holland codes. It matches social and investigative. So when I'm looking at occupations, and I hope you will come to do this too, that you will consider occupations that are a fit for you as kind of like you're looking through the lens of, does it match my interests? Does it match my personality? And does it match my values? Okay. And also your skills. Does it match those things? And according to this, it matches 2 of my Holland codes. So that's good. I can't remember what my values were, but it matches my interest in achievement, independence, yeah, and recognition. This work offers advancement, potential for leadership, and are often considered prestigious. Okay, so if it's my interest, check. My work values, check. Here's your work styles. You got to have integrity, analytical thinking, independence, achievement, attention to detail, that I'm not that great at, but I work on it. Persistence, stress tolerance, cooperation, leadership, concern for others. Now we're getting to wages and employment trends. Woo-hoo. Okay, so let's start with this is the average for a business professor. This is the average median wage. In 2024, it was the average. Now, I haven't put in Texas yet, so this is in the United States. I want to drill down a little bit deeper and see what it is in Texas. So I can see that nationally, it's 97,000. But in Texas, good news, it's a little bit more. It's almost 2,000 more. So, and then I'm going to scroll down and I can see different areas of the state where I can look at the median salary. Let's see. If I'm willing to go to College Station, which I would be, I can make 128,000 median. Okay, that's not starting salary. Okay, starting salary might be a little more like 77 or 75,000 or 70,000, which isn't bad. Then I could advance and move up to couple of years of more experience, be at the median, and then maybe 15 years of my career, maybe get up to this. But look at the different areas of the state. Abilene is way lower than, I don't know why, but Abilene is way lower for salary for the median. But we've got, like I said, College Station. Holy moly, Hill Country, 144,000 median. And we've got McAllen, which is down by the border, 125,000, San Antonio, 104. So this is interesting. You can also look at any state that you want to look at, but whenever you see a salary or an occupational economic outlook like here, um, but you don't see a state associated with it, you have to pretty much guess that that's national. Okay. So here we see in 2023, in 2023, there was 104,900 business professors in the field. Okay. But it's projected to grow faster than the average nationally, which is 6 to 8%, faster than the average of 4% in the next decade from 2022 to 2033. There's going to be 8,700 job openings of business professors. Okay, let's look at Texas. So we know it's going to grow 6 to 8%, but in Texas, it's going to grow 13% versus 7% in the US. So it's a much smaller field. There's 104,000 nationally. There's 5,770 in 2022. But by 2032, it's projected to be 6,490 or 13% growth or 550 openings for business professors in the next decade. So that's pretty good. Okay. Next, if you cannot get lost in ONET, if you want to get back to the main page, you can click ONET right here. It takes me to the main page. Another way you can look for careers is by looking at Bright Outlook. You can look at occupations that are going to grow rapidly, numerous job openings, new and emerging, and all Bright Outlook occupations. Let's look at the ones that are going to have the biggest job openings. All these are Bright Outlook. Accountants, acute care nurses, baristas, bartenders, cashiers. I'm only up to the C's, okay? So there's a lot here to look at. So you don't get overwhelmed. Okay, I'm going to hit the back button to get back. So you can search by career cluster, financial services, digital technology, supply chain. You can just search by, here's jobs. This is all supply chain. This is the subcluster. These are in air and space transportation. This is ground and rail. This is maintenance. And so on and so on. Pretty neat, huh? You can search hot technology. You can search by industry. And this very much relates to the Raya set. Okay, accommodation and food services probably would be it's hospitality. That would probably be social, administrative, would probably be conventional, agriculture would probably be hands-on, right? Realistic. Arts would probably be artistic, and construction would be realistic, and education would be Under social, finance would probably be under enterprising, and so on and so on. I could go on, but I won't. Okay, you could search by job, family. Here's careers in healthcare support. Here's all healthcare. Well, not all healthcare, but healthcare support. You can search by job zone, little or no preparation, some preparation, medium preparation, and this would be no education, high school education, associate degree, bachelor's degree, graduate school. And you can also search by STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Last but not least, you can look at all occupations. There are 1,016 occupational titles within the current ONET system. Okay, another thing you can do is if you scroll down to Browse by ONET Data, you could click on Interests. Hey, recognize anything? So I'm going to look at my primary cluster, which I believed is artistic. I'm going to look at artistic, and then I'm going to put in artistic, social, and then my third was investigative, ASI. Then I'm going to click go. And here's some occupations that are related to my interest. Notice how it takes my 3-letter code. I had the most likes in this one, and then my second number of likes. But look how it transposed my code. This is a ISA. It's a sociologist. This is a SIA, social investigative artistic. This is social investigative artistic. So is this. And then I have social artistic investigative. You see, they're different. The first letter of the word is going to kind of be the flavor of that occupation. If it starts in an S, it's going to be social. If it starts in an A, it's going to be more artistic and performer. If it starts with an I, it's going to be more questioning and investigative. So this gives you an idea what you can do. You can also, this is the same thing here. You can search by values. Let's say I want independence. That probably is one of my, I don't know, I say independence. Next, independence, sense of achievement, and then let's say relationships. I prize relationships. And I click go, and it'll show me occupations that match those and all the different combinations that it can be. And the job zone. Okay, so I wanted to show you ONET. Okay, let's go back. I hope you can follow me. All right, let's go back to, let's see. You just put teacher again. The way you're going to conduct research is by finding a keyword and researching it across multiple websites. If you were going to buy a phone or a car, you're not just going to look at one website, right? No, you're not. So we're going to build a composite of information about a career based on what our, what information we can find on our favorite websites. So I'm going to do teacher and instructor. Okay, well, that's not a good one. Let's see. Let's put artist, fine artist. Okay. If you scroll down, we're scrolling down, we're going past job zone, apprenticeship opportunities, skills, knowledge, education, abilities, interests, work values, wages, job openings on the web. It takes you out of ONET to simply hired, related occupations, and under more information, it's not going to show me. Okay, not this one. All right. ONET came from this one, the Occupational Outlook Handbook. This is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Okay. You don't want, sometimes if you put in bls.gov/OOH/, you get this. You don't want this. Okay, you want to see OOH. So you go back up to the URL, put /OOH / and you want to see this. Okay, so here you can search by occupation groups. You can search the handbook. You can select occupations by the amount of pay you want, the level of education you're willing to get, any on-the-job training like internship, apprenticeship, the number of new jobs, or the growth rate. And you click go. Let's see. And we'll get a list of occupations. This matches my criteria, and you can change it right here. I can change it to bachelor's degree, and it opens up even more, but you can change all of these and fool around with that. You can also look at the highest paying, but let me tell you, it's all the ologists. I'll just save you some time. Ophthalmologist, radiologist, neurologist, dermatologist, cardiologist, anesthesiologist. So that's a definitely professional school. And of course, it's the higher pay, but the higher school. You can look at fastest growing. These are fastest growing. Now, remember I said 4% is the average growth? Look at this, 60% growth for wind turbine technicians, 19% for epidemiologists, and all of these. So you can take a look at that. You can change the pay, change the growth rate. Here's the most new jobs projected in the next decade, 20 occupations with the highest projected numeric change in employment. And you can also look at field or degree. And you can get a composite summary of that field. So this is an awesome website. ONET has 1,000 occupations, and this has less. This definitely is not as much. So let me look up teacher here. Let's see, go. So I can check what kind of teacher do I want. Say I want a high school teacher. Okay, so now a summary comes up of a high school teacher, what they do, where they work, how to become one, that's training, pay, job outlook, state and area data, similar occupations, and more info. So here's a great summary. I can see what the average salary is. I know I need a bachelor's to do this work. I don't need work-related experience. However, if you want to be a teacher, you do have to do student teaching. Look at this. It says by 2023 to 2033, it's going to be decline. ONET won't tell you why. It'll tell you if it's going to decline, change, or remain the same, but it won't tell you why. But Occupational Outlook Handbook will. And so we can look at what they do, where they work. 81% work in elementary and secondary schools, and then 16% work in private. This is the training, education, how to become one, education, licenses, important qualities and skills you need, and how to advance. You could either do the tabs at the top or just hit the bottom. So here's the average for all occupations in the United States is 49,500. Preschool teachers make about, on average, 61,000, and high school teachers can make 64. They make the most in elementary and secondary and high schools, and then this private makes a little bit less. Here's the job outlook. Okay, here's that 4% growth I told you about. This is going to decline. Now let's read why. Employment of high school teachers is projected to decline from 2023 to 33. However, despite declining employment, about 64,000 openings for high school teachers are projected each year on average over the decade. All of these openings are expected to result from the need to replace workers who transfer to other occupations or exit the labor force, such as to retire. Employment growth for public school may depend on state and local government budgets. If state and local government experience deficits, budget deficits, school boards may lay off employees, including teachers. As a result, these budget deficits may limit employment growth projected for high school teachers. Conversely, budget surpluses at state and local level could lead to additional employment growth. Projected declines over the decade in both school-age demographic and student enrollment should constrain demand for high school teachers. So it's not that I wouldn't pursue this if this is your dream. I would, but I would definitely read some other, I would look at the career research on some of the other career websites, and I would do my due diligence and do my homework to find out, is the economic, if you can get some kind of insight into what the economic outlook is, is it going to hold up in the next decade? These are projections. These are projections. It doesn't absolutely mean it's going to be 100% correct. If you like numbers and digging into data, we've got state and area data you can take a look at. We can look at similar occupations. Okay, I could click on any of these and get their summary. I can see the video, and then I can go to more info. And oh, look, ONET is there. So ONET came out of Bureau of Labor Statistics. So that's why you'll see them cross-referenced sometimes. When I'm doing career research, I like to open up all my tabs. I like to have Focus 2 open. I like to have ONET online open. I like to have Occupational Outlook Handbook open. And the next one I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to stop a minute just to pick it up so that I make sure you can follow me. Okay. Let me see. I want to share that with you. The last resource I want to show you today is Career One Stop. It's also a government site. It's careeronestop.org. So there's a lot you can do here. You can look at career videos. You can take a career assessment, but you took Focus 2. If you take Focus 2, you don't need to. Career videos, highest paying careers. You can also find jobs. So we're going to look at career videos. Let's click on career videos for, let's put high school teacher. Okay. So I could see there's videos, explore careers, find training. You can look at jobs. It takes you to a job board. I could see the typical annual salary is this range. So let's see, I want a video. Let me look at a video here. Let's see. High paid elementary school, middle school, secondary. Okay, I'm going to click on secondary. I can see a video of the career. I can see that it's below average. Secondary school teachers accept special and career. Okay, let's look at, we've got the pay, average pay, $64,580. Let's go to look at the career outlook because we're conducting our research. Okay, here's some job titles. It says below average. Here's the projected employment. Okay, this also says minus 1%, but still there's 64,000 annual job openings in the U.S. Okay. And if I wanted to find out job openings, you can just click here. Takes you to the job board. You can put in your state, your city, so on, so on. Okay, let's look at projected employment. Let's see. We've got in the U.S. in 2023, there were 1,071,000. 2023, it's projected to be down a bit because people are going to be retiring or maybe getting out of the teaching field. And that's happening right now.